Hello, everybody. Welcome to Stutter Chats. This is our eighth episode today. As you can see, we do have Brandon back. He has been missing the past two episodes. Welcome back, Brandon.
Appreciate that, man.
And today we have a special guest, someone who's very into the NSA committee, someone that's been looking up for. His name is Kaleb um, Brown, a passionate advocate about stuttering in the community. And introduce yourself, Brent. Kaleb.
My name is Caleb. I been part of the NSA for a little over uh 3 years now. It's been really been impactful for me. I'm I'm a I'm a runner. I'm originally from Arizona, but I reside in Oklahoma. Um, I went to the University of Oklahoma. I graduated with a psychology degree. And so, here I am now, postgraduate. Just had graduated school last year. Now I am a manager in training at Enterprise. So I am in the daily rental business for them, and it's a bit about me, about what I do.
Awesome, man. I'm excited to have you here, Kaleb, man. I'm sure you've been an inspiration to many. I found you on LinkedIn. I found you on Instagram, and I just see a lot of people being inspired by you. And so, pretty much, how I said earlier, we're gonna ask you a couple of questions. It's gonna be a good conversation just to get to know you more and just spread the word out. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
And our first question is going to be about your personal journey and studying about being a advocate about it. Can you share what inspired you? What inspired you to become a chapter lead for the National Stuttering Association, and how has its role shaped you with your perspective in advocating for yourself?
Thanks. That's a really great question. I've been a person who stutters for all my life, and I grew up in speech therapy. So just going throughout that journey, all the way from I was in elementary, and then through high school, I was I was constantly getting called out of class to go in my speech that therapy, and it was kind of honestly a really like lonely time when I was just really didn't have any answers on why I was stuttering, and why I was getting called out of class to prior when I was going through my speech therapy. I've always kind of just felt all throughout middle school and high school I was going that that it was a bad thing for me to stutter, and stuttering was not okay. And I didn't have a good like I didn't have a good relationship with my stutter at that time, and so kind of went into college, did not have any answers, and really was kind of searching for a community where they understood me, and it's kind of just had that breakthrough my sophomore to junior year, where I was like, okay, I need to find some people that they understand like my struggle of going to class and not being able to say my name, people not understanding what's going on, or I'm at work trying to communicate with somebody and no one knows what I'm doing, no one understands that. And so kind of say, hey, I'm just gonna start this. I reached out to Tammy, which is the NSA director, and I was like, hey, I want to start uh the first chapter in Norman, Oklahoma, for people who started. So, and that's kind of where I started, and you know, it's taken off ever since. And right now, it started with about one or two people. Now we consistently have around 4 to 6 people every day every meeting that shows up, which is really great. And
It's awesome,
even if
man.
it's that one person who comes in and like they just have a conversation about what our daily struggles are, as someone who stutters.
That's awesome, man. That's good to hear, man. That's awesome. From having 46 at your chapter, That's awesome, man. It's great to hear.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I meant to
I
say
met Brandon
I
through our. No,
oh, I was saying I had like before having 4 to 6 people now like coming coming consistently. So my dad didn't need to say what he says.
no,
So
that's awesome.
yeah.
No, that's cool. That's cool, man. No, but I met Brandon through our chapter here in Miami. So,
Oh,
man, a
cool.
friendship could be built in any sort. So that's
Yes.
how we became who we are for this podcast.
That's it. That's it.
Cool. That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Yes, sir. Met him
How
definitely. I know. Huh?
I was gonna say, how long have y'all known each other? How long have y'all known each other?
So, I mean, 4 or 5 years, 3 years, something like
I think
that.
5, 6 years, man. I think
Yeah.
5 years,
Cool.
man.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Starts there, bro. I'm gonna say definitely kudos for starting the first chapter in OKC. That's
Yes, sir.
definitely kudos to you, bro. Because once again, there's one and I think it's 3 and 4 males that necessarily stutter. But then when you're talking about in Oklahoma, you don't know how many people necessarily because people may not be moving to Oklahoma like that. Maybe Arizona, I mean, maybe Texas,
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's growing. Actually, Oklahoma is growing, but yeah, I for sure understand that. Yeah.
yeah. But I got a question for you though, man. When it comes to your presentation for We Stutter, what was the most impactful feedback you received from your attendees at your Amex presentation? And how do you envision stuttering awareness involving in professional environment?
Yeah, it's a good, really good question. I would say honestly, the feedback, the most inspiring feedback I got was um the initiative I took and the respect that I gained from my employee that I at the time. I was an intern. I think I was not even like a few, maybe like a month in, and I was like already um wanting to have that impact. And I think also I was in a call center, and so I think I was more relief on my end of how I wanted to really control my narrative of how everybody viewed me in that space. And so I would say people respected my initiative and also I didn't know, but no one knew about stuttering. No one knew about stuttering, and no one when I like the first question I asked is how many people know anybody knows about stuttering, or who is a person who am I the only person you guys do you guys know anybody who stutters? And no one really knew. So that kind of like relieved me because I'm like, hey, I'm the educator here. I'm the pro. Whatever I say it is what it is, you know. And so that was really that I felt having that feedback from my employees. I forgot it. I forgot your second question. Can you get the other question?
That's no problem. How do you envision stuttering awareness involving in the professional environment?
Oh yeah, I would say how I envision it would be um talking about it more. So that if that's just like hey having daily pop topic talks about people with disabilities or people who stutter. Also, I feel like we do need to have a little bit more attention when it comes to our speech and stuttering professional environments. And it's not just saying that we need to set stuff aside. I do feel like we do need, part for me, I felt that I need a little bit more guidance on, hey, this is what's going on. I want to be at the best. I want to be at my best. But I'm a person who stutters, and I'm going to need just a little bit more time than than the other coworker, um, or the or the job that needs to be done. That makes sense.
Definitely makes sense. I'll say, especially when it comes to we know what we're doing, we know necessarily we're educated about it. When it comes to, I guess, the time that it takes in order to necessarily get what we say out. Hey, just give us that a little bit more time, and that's patience and that's and that's
Yeah.
and that's support in it. Yeah, I mean, that's excellent, man. Yeah, definitely excellent, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I feel like the best advice that I got when I was doing my presentation, her name is Pamela. How that I'm the expert that gave me my confidence, and whatever I have to say, I'm gonna say it, and that gave me that confidence.
That's awesome,
That's
bro.
awesome, bro.
That's awesome. And just staying in the work environment, I saw that you were in many roles from Apple, AppMex, and now becoming a manager in training and in enterprise. I'm sure you have a lot of situations with different customers because all those professions that you were in deal with different type of customers. I'm sure you have. And but I see that you started off with customer service onto a leadership role now in enterprise. How has your experience as someone who does stutter influence how you approach being having leadership and communication with the people that you are going to work for now?
Yeah, really good question. For me, I always, of course, I give myself grace on all I've been able to
Yes,
do,
sir.
and just knowing that each day is not going to be perfect. Um, I it gives me like a lot of peace. Like, hey, I know I'm not going to have the best. I can honestly, I go in, I can already tell, hey, this is going to be a pretty tough move today.
Mm-hmm.
But just give myself grace and doing the best job I could do. I also think that I explained this on a little bit on my Instagram, but man, we have the ability to flow whatever we're doing down, and what we have to say is important. And so either it's just me, hey, to just take my time with the customer, or take my time with um bringing up, hey, I'm a person who stutters. Really taking initiative and telling that person you're dealing with, or telling a manager, telling the HR, hey, I'm a person who stutters. This is part of who I am. Um, that's been really cool for me. And not I can make it an excuse, but just saying this is something that's weighs heavy on my heart each and every day, and that gives me a really, really to do my job.
That's awesome, bro. And just as a follow-up question to that, because I usually ask everybody this one question, everybody that gets on this, man. I know as stutterers, we have that one word. We have that one word that we all get messed up. And mine and Brandon's, his is saying our names. What is that one word that you try to avoid?
Oh, what's the one word I try to avoid? Man, to be honest, um, good question. Hold on. Let me give me a little bit of time.
That's
Um,
cool. Don't worry about it.
I would say honestly, like the M's. So anything,
No.
the M's are kind of and also like my name too. To be honest, like sometimes I say my name really fast, or uh, I just say I try to use I try to use different filler words,
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like the M's can sometimes
Yeah.
hit a read out, yeah, very personally.
I got you,
Yeah.
like
For
M&M's
sure.
and Mike and Ike and
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. So
hey, yeah, yo, bro. So pretty much in fourth grade, went to PE and the mile record was 6:37. I came in fourth grade and I ran a 5:44, and that record is still there today. I see that you're a runner. I ran track as well, mile
okay,
800 meters. Yeah. Got a question for you.
yeah,
Does
yeah,
physical activity like running help with managing your stutter or preparing for presentations?
yeah, definitely. Um, for me, running, I found running when I was in college, like my sophomore year. Did my first um half marathon. But more so like after I got college, I mean after like when I was beginning like about to graduate in college, where I kind of gonna take it a little seriously and really started to like join like run club groups, or um run some more half marathons. But for me, like when I wake up and I run, or when I after work when I'm running, it's like it's something that I can control. Like I can control my pace. I can control, like what music I listen to, where I want to go run, who I want to run with. Most of the time I run by myself, but not a sort of like where I can gather my thoughts by myself too. And really at that peak. That's something that like for me personally. And then obviously like running too, you have to have that consistency. And so obviously people who stutter, like we don't have a lot of consistent days where we're not, and we are stuttering, but with running, like, man, I'm consistent with it and consistent every time. So that helps me a lot. Gives me peace.
That's what's up, definitely. And with running, that pace and that breathing, because as stuttering, that breathing, hey, people don't understand the importance of, okay, breathe, take a breath, but we like so that's awesome, bro.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's awesome. Question for you: if you had one tip for people that are starting running, what would it?
I would say, like, don't compare yourself. I found that sometimes people tend to compare, oh, how fast I'm going, or like I didn't get this pace, or uh, don't be a comparison. Like even if you do a run walk for 30 seconds, or that's still good. And either as time builds and you start being consistent, you're only gonna get faster. I think sometimes people can do a bad job, like, oh, I'm running this time, and I think anybody can run, and yeah, I think I would say don't compare yourself.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah. Bro, I believe I'm too big to run, bro. I have heavy feet, man. I'm a pitcher. I play baseball, so I'm not a big runner. And
hey, but y'all, Florida, y'all Florida, right? Y'all Florida?
Yeah.
Y'all got, but y'all have good, y'all got good weather, man. That's what I'm
Yes,
like,
sir.
man, y'all get good weather throughout the year. That's
yeah. Bro, like I usually do for before my podcast I have with somebody, I usually ask the followers what questions they want to ask. And I do have one question. I believe she's a follower of yours, of Kaleb. Her name is Petite Stallion.
okay.
Stallion.
Okay. Yep.
And her question is, as a black runner who stutters, how do you navigate advocating for your identities?
Oh, that's good. It's a really good question. That's a good question. For me, I would say I am in a state where, man, it's in Oklahoma. I don't know how Oklahoma's small.
Yeah.
I think for me, I choose to be around people that I enjoy, either to by myself or even though I have been running a lot by myself, I still find like either if it's like a certain race I enter in or a certain goal I had in mind, I'm gonna make sure that I rep myself. And like, for instance, like I'm passionate about the National Stuttering Association. Every single race like I run, like I'm wearing that tank top. It's just like what it is. Like we stutter. So I've always been a really like loyal person. And so I very specific for people who I'm around. So I try to cover myself accordingly to people who understand me, who want to know about me. So I would say that. Yeah.
Awesome. Definitely. I think just being around people who are like us will always bring comfort to ourselves, and we feel just more confident in being around people who are like us, man. That's how nature is, man. That's how nature is. That's how we were, reason why we were put in this earth.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. For instance, one of my friends, like I'd like to like spreading awareness, like it's really important, and it could be you just having a conversation about with I have some people come to me like, hey, man, it's so cool you're right wearing that, like it's not for people. Like you never know who will see you, who will see you or what impact that will make. Y'all, I was gonna ask like how, like in the past, what sports have y'all what sport have y'all played?
It seems like you're a big sports guy. So I played high school. I played baseball, basketball, and football, and then I played college ball for 2 years.
Right, cool.
Baseball. College baseball, yeah,
I
yeah.
I always like say too, because like my first sport where I also enjoy sports where I have to now being in running. Like I don't have to talk when I'm running. So like with
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
basketball or like you gotta
You
think,
talk,
you
yeah.
gotta and so sometimes it's just nice not to. I say it's,
100%.
you should run with people, but it's nice not to run with people
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes. Yeah.
I got times when my boy's there covering a guy, he's getting picked by somebody. I can't say that, but yo,
Yeah.
I got you not getting picked. I get stuck and he gets picked, and oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I wish I said it earlier.
When
That's
I
like,
was
man.
funny story, like when I was playing basketball in high school and stuff, like, and I'll tell you a little bit in college. I went to a small year of college to play basketball for a semester. So that was another situation. But
Man, damn, you're a baller. You're a baller.
I try
You're a
to be, yeah, yeah.
baller.
I try. I still get on the court sometimes here and there, but it's rare. Back in high school and college, like some coaches, my coach high school was a lot better. Uh, they would have plays that would be like zone flash, blue, green. Like, okay.
Well, you're done.
Coach, we're gonna have to do some hand signals or something, something else up.
Yep.
We're gonna have to do something, but that ain't gonna work. Sorry.
You know the cool thing, bro? I thought about this now. I never really brought it up to anybody before, but when I was playing high school football, I was a quarterback. You know, when you quarterback, you gotta talk. You gotta talk. You gotta say the huddle. You
Yeah,
gotta be in the huddle and
yeah,
tell everybody.
yeah,
Having the coach helped me out in a way where like he had my running back. Like he knew all the plays. The running back knew the plays. I
yeah,
also knew the plays.
yeah, yeah,
And if I was getting stuck, my running back would be like, "Yo, I got you." He
yeah,
calls the plays out for me. So
yeah.
that
Man,
was pretty cool.
that's real. Like that's. I'm sure I gave you a lot of confidence too. Like okay, like my teammates got me.
So,
Yeah.
Matt, I ain't know you played quarterback, man.
Yeah, bro. I went on
Okay.
for a reason.
Oh,
Yo, listen, I ain't know you
right.
played quarterback. That is, but sports, man. We all in the sports. So, Matt, I'm gonna go question 6. All right, got a question for you, man. What advice would you give to somebody who stutters and is hesitant about going into a leadership necessarily position or advocating for themselves at work?
Whoa. Yeah. Um, my advice would be first, to embrace your voice. This is that like it took me a while to do. Um, and what I mean by embracing your voice is just um, even though it may seem like it's really hard or it's scary, it's good to uh um, speak with courage. It doesn't matter how long it takes you. To still like speak with all your mind and like speak your truth. So that's one thing. Also would be, um, again, to have like motivate for yourself. I think a lot of time I spent in college just like beating myself up over like, yeah, I wasn't prepared for this day, fluency, or like I stuttered a lot in class, or wondering, man, am I ever going to get a job? I'm never going to get what I want to. So I would say those two things would be to embrace your voice and to have a grace for yourself. Um, that's my two simple things. I know it may not be, but that's me. That's me for me personally. That's kind of what I would say.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. Definitely embracing that voice because, like I said, with stuttering, our voices may be inconsistent. So being able to
Yep.
necessarily definitely embrace that voice, even within that, hey, you know what, I am going to speak with confidence. It may not be as fluent as other people, but just like track, I'm not going to compare myself to how
Yeah.
everyone else necessarily speak. I'm gonna be confident in
Yeah.
my race. I'm gonna be confident in my voice. So, that's all.
Yeah. I would say too, like,
That's awesome. That's good to.
over back. You go ahead.
No.
Well, I was
I was
gonna,
just saying thank you for the answers. So
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say too, like, what helped me a lot and feel like what, kind of like led me into this role I'm in right now is to really taking initiative. So if it's just, man, um, taking more action into posting on social media or um, finding out what else I can do to benefit the NSA or impact people who stutter. helped my confidence a lot. So I didn't meeting more people and having that platform.
It's awesome, bro. Yeah, it's awesome. But man, that's pretty much all the questions we have. But I just want to I want to thank you for coming into our podcast, man. I know it means a lot to Brandon and I. It means a ton. As you know, our goal is just to spread the word, and that's your goal too, Kaleb. I can see it from your social medias, and that's our goal. Just to embrace it and just help the future generation. Like we're good at where we at. We're comfortable where we at. But there's also our younger selves, like us.
Yes.
I think about us when we were young. When I tried to advocate for myself. And I want the kids to understand, like, okay, I do stutter, but I'm not alone. I want to have this platform. Make sure a kid knows that, look, I know this YouTube channel talks about stuttering from different professions, from different people, from sports up to just us working a regular 9 to 5 job.
Yes.
And I want, so that's pretty much the reason why.
No, man, I just about what you said. Like, I appreciate you guys having me on, and I sometimes reflect, like, man, if I would have had this when I was like, in elementary, middle school or high school, where like I could have been, or what confidence it would have gave me, on times I felt alone, and I think that sports helped me out and gave me that outlet, but I kind of like, man, this is kind of just motivates me to like impact the young, later generation. So I appreciate you guys for having me and putting this on. And I actually got one of y'all shirts, so I'm waiting.
I was gonna thank you for that right now. So thank you for that, man. That's awesome.
I'm excited. So I'm like, shoot, it's gonna be tough.